Do not provoke until you know they are hostile.
Tullus gives the slightest of nods, but still braces his back and, has his eye down the sight of his gun. Still, basically imagine him sitting in the driver's seat with his back to the door, with his eyes on the passenger side.
The wolves that head down do kind of circle the vehicle before one of them approaches the front door and shifts.
Which form?
And tissue.
Bless you.
And there's knocking on the door of this RV.
Sherry is going to walk to the front of the RV. Open it. Hello. Oh, completely impassive. If hello. Who? I presume you're attempting help. Hello.
Where is it? The faintest smell of our prey on you. Where is it?
What is your prey?
Very old foe.
Gotta give us more descriptors here, bud.
What had happened? I mean,
Given more, we're not told a whole lot here.
what had,
The father is confident that it's here. Very old foe that he fought.
Your father and my father should get together for a beer with how little information they give the both of us.
I believe if I am to make an educated guess, as the being that they referred, that your father refers to, is likely. If I was to guess, it is likely. Words. Sorry. It is likely the being known as Cain, and at which point, which we believe to be within the area past the mountain, and should be through the cave. I cannot tell you exactly where it is. It is, however I can tell. However, and I have not seen the being itself. However, I do believe it is the being that summoned a large amount of Strix recently that seemed to appear within the area.
So it is here, then. Very well. This chase continues, then.
I apologize for my lack of information.
We were given remarkably little as well. As this individual turns from the door and drops back into Herschel.
Jared didn't see Cain, so she can't tell much, but she knows.
I mean, you did, but
Did she? Then she would have told them that. I thought that was only the other four. I thought she was running by then.
you spoke to him on the roof.
Oh, she didn't know that was Cain.
No, you didn't.
But you did speak with him.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
The Urshel that was recently speaking to you takes up a run and lets out its own howl. Not quite as intimidating, but still Urshel howl, quite intimidating. Which is then met by a cacophony of additional replies. As this host picks up speed and continues up the side of the mountain.
I believe the situation just got far more complicated. However, I also believe that we are not in immediate danger.
Hollis kind of sighs and he goes, well, however, we did just turn that entire band of slavering beasts in the same direction that the others are. And if they are anything like the creatures I have come to know and expect, you have just certainly put them in a lot of danger.
In my experiences, werewolves tend to focus heavily on the beings that they are specifically hunting while on a hunt.
Yes, and if they're hunting this Cain person who, as explained to my father, is the father of vampires, which is a load of crock in my opinion, you don't think that they're going to also target my father? Thinking he's an accessory?
They might. I do not quite know. I do not quite know.
And do you not think that the other three might step in to try and help? At least one of them will. So all three of them have now been put in danger because of this. I would recommend us trying to get them out of there.
Jerry stops for a moment. Thinks. They have a relatively powerful awakened within their ranks. Thinks as well as the other two are directly able to return from the dead. And I suspect that they will be able to return. And I believe that this group is in general of greater danger than many others. This group is more in danger of entering than them currently being in. So it may be best to inform them at least of the experience. Do I have Vitus's phone number?
No, the Tallest and Titania would, though. Assuming phones work in this area, we'll find out.
However, it would at least be pertinent to attempt a conversation with them, at least to warn them of the situation. Do you happen to have their phone number? I believe that contacting them would be useful.
Do I have my father's phone number? Tullus kind of chuckles and opens up his phone and begins to dial.
So, we'll jump back to the other group then for now. Kalmir is looking at the dirt.
Yes.
So, I'm gonna be rolling a total of 8 times because it's -1.
Also, you act like it isn't entirely reasonable for Vitus to not give his own kids his phone number.
Alright, so there's 1, 2.
Oh, why are you rolling 0? And why is it
rolling 0?
Why does it say false?
What does false mean?
Yeah, exactly.
What?
I'm confused.
Hold on. I had Gnosis and Forces clicked, so let's unclick and try it again.
It's Gnosis plus highest Arcanum for
No,
information.
Yeah.
It'd be Forces.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
There
that
we go.
works. Okay, so that's 1.
Because who knows what false is?
That's 2. 3. I'm doing awesome.
You say that. Oh,
4.
What's that?
5. 6. Ooh, exceptional. On the 6th one too. 6 on 6.
What's
What can I
that?
do for an exceptional?
7, 11, 15, 18. 24. 24.
successes so far.
I still have
That's
2 more
it.
rolls.
That's enough for pretty much. I believe that this isn't an opacity 7 or higher mystery.
And he's
Well,
checking
would I
to.
need to roll 2 more times, or I'm looking at the exceptional success roll. I can. Blah 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 blah. In addition to normal exceptional success mechanics, I can apply all successes gained on this roll, even if doing so lowers the opacity more than once. I could spend a point of mana to blot out the mysteries, so other mages have a more difficult time scrutinizing them. I can spend mana to cover my own tracks. I don't know. None of these really call out to me.
Other than lowering it more than once.
Yeah. So I guess we'll go with that one. I mean, I still have 2 more rolls. Do I need to roll them?
I don't think so. How many successes did you have total?
24.
24.
We're good.
Okay.
So you looked at it with
It-
3.
Forces in space, but I just
Forces in space,
used
okay.
forces because it was highest.
Okay, forces in space. So this was not awakened magic,
Okay.
but it was certainly magic. Fallen magic. It bared a lot of similarities to what you'd consider space spells. This was clearly a long distance effect. However, it failed. It's not finished. And forces can tell you that the energy it was trying to manipulate was the sun.
And is that all I get, or is there a little more? Just so I can.
I mean, that's pretty much it, I think. It's because it's not awakened magic, so
Right.
all the specific, like, what was the... I
The
guess,
specific
yeah.
Arcanum and all that.
Well, that's only the surface information. You can.
No, that'd be deep information,
Okay.
I think. I mean, roughly how old it is? About 130 years. Fallen magic, deep information. It's not awakened magic, so... I mean, you
Okay.
also, I guess, can get the... This wasn't a single caster. This was probably large-scale ritual.
Okay. So Kalmir's gonna start mumbling that information as he's going through it. So I don't recognize the specific kind of arcana this is. It may not even be something that I can do, but I can tell you that it failed, and it has something to do with the power of the sun. Like they tried to pull the sun into the earth. And it required many people to attempt this. Obviously, because, you know, the sun. But if it failed, I wonder what success would mean.
Vitus kind of mockingly kicks the dirt and he goes, I have the greatest enemy of my kind underneath my boot. You'd think I'd be more excited about this.
So, I can't think of any reason why someone would try to pull the power of the sun into the earth.
Well, these beings seem to be quite spiteful towards me and my own. Probably in some sort of attempt to wipe us out.
Or someone who did not like the sun? Wanted to get rid of it somehow?
These are just theories, and we don't really have time for too many theories. We need to get moving.
Do we have somewhere to be?
We need to locate the failing... What was it called? He kind of looks around. Anchor.
The world anchor.
Ah, yes. That's right. Save the world and all that.
We still have no clue where it is, though.
Which is why we need to be looking.
And what are we looking for again? Yes, you say the anchor.
So,
That is the problem. We're not entirely sure.
Supposedly, we'll know it when we see it.
so at this point, I'm not even going to call for a perception check because they're not hiding. Strix, quite large ones at that, come swooping over the building skyline and sort of perch themselves in the road behind you and in front of you.
Did that person call more of his friends over?
Vitus kind of eyes them warily, but if they're not making any sort of like aggressive movements, Vitus doesn't really care. He kind of looks at them and just keeps an eye on them.
Kalmir holds his torch out. If they know what happened last time.
So, after these two have landed, there is a third one that comes swooping in, but it doesn't land. It just sort of... Although birds typically cannot float, I know this is a stupid picture of a bird floating in air. That's not how flying works. But
It's moving its wings like a hummingbird, it's okay.
it's a Strix, don't worry about it.
Doesn't actually need its wings.
Comes floating in basically above this little group.
Like it's like a Gmod object, just like like moving like in a skit. Like they didn't bother animating it, so it just sort of
It's a cutout and it just moves in.
But this Strix is carrying in its talons a heart.
Why is it carrying a heart? Whose heart?
Yeah, Vitus kind of raises his eyebrow.
I feel sorry for whoever's missing that, I suppose, though I don't know who they are.
So, this is because Kalmir is an interesting character. Souls.
Oh, souls. Do I see souls? How many
Yes.
souls?
This heart is soul. Physical soul.
Ooh. Ooh. Just one, I suppose.
Yeah, just one.
I want it. Kalmir wants it. He's not saying anything, but he wants it.
There's many questions that leads to.
At this point, I guess I'll be the one to break the ice. Is this some sort of peace offering?
I don't know. The guy we fought earlier doesn't really seem all that interested in making up with us.
He did also state that the Strix weren't necessarily his either.
I have a question.
You're not here.
I know. But I'm asking a question about the scene.
Oh.
Does this heart look like it? Does his heart look like it still has blood in it? I guess.
Oh yeah, is it like a fresh heart? Dead heart?
I mean, it's very clearly not like rotten. It looks pretty fresh.
Mm-hmm.
The heart-wielding Strix, however, does sort of float down. Just in front of your group. Sets it on the pavement.
Okay. Sorry, repeat that.
It set it down on the pavement in front of us.
Almost as soon as this heart touches the ground, a very similar shadowy figure kind of appears on the other side of your group.
Oh. Is that the guy from before?
Yes.
Do I pick up anything? Just outside of the Strix.
Define pickup.
Whether it's my beast recoiling or my beast lashing out in a predatory aspect type of way. Or is it just chill?
It's a very similar feeling that you're getting from both the shadowy figure and the heart that you got from the other figure that kind of walked past you multiple times, but lessened. It's not quite as overpowering.
Oh, great. So now there's two of you.
This is the one that opened the way for us to escape. So, did that shadowy guy? He's on the opposite side of the heart.
Yeah,
Okay.
because your group is kind of in between the two.
Okay.
What was the point in letting us go if the Strix were yours in the first place?
Does he speak?
He seems less than what he was a moment ago, though.
Oh, you've seen him before too?
I would not say it is the same. It is similar enough. A shade, a phantom of sorts, maybe. Definitely of some same relation, if I am to trust myself.
Most and like are solidly outside of my range of expertise.
Well, if if he's familiar to you, but he can also use some arcana, that I guess would make him similar to the first one that just walked away. And this heart is an offering of sorts. What are you off? What is? We need
He's also
words.
having heart to heart with us.
We need communication.
Language, do either of you possess it? And he's looking towards the Strix and then the figure.
Kalmir switches to high speech. Do you speak the language of supernal?
So the shadow doesn't entirely react. But upon trying to get them to speak, the Strix that carried the heart in simply, in everyone's mind, gives you a single word: run.
So Drew looks for where to run.
Run to, run from, run where?
Space magic.
I'm gonna
You can
approach
teleport.
the heart. I'm gonna look at it with, well, it would be prime because subtle soul stuff.
Yeah. I mean, it's soul.
It's a soul.
It is.
Is there anything off about it? Is it a trap? Or is it just...
I mean, it's not a normal human soul.
Oh, it's not? Okay.
No. No, this is physical.
Soulstone, I can't do that, so you know.
So at this point, however, from a wall down the road reemerges the figure from before, sort of sighing. Very, very exaggerated, very hearty sigh.
So Drew's gonna try to grab the heart.
Well, yeah, I was just about to.
Not gonna waste any time with the reappearance of this guy.
Maybe that's what we need to run from. So one of us picks up the heart and
heads the opposite direction.
Okay. Someone picks it up and starts booking it, I presume.
should we roll who gets it first?
Whoever's the fastest, let's go.
Oh god.
Be the person who can augment their own speed.
I don't know, roll speed as dice pool. You really want to roll for it, but alternatively, it doesn't really matter, does it?
Not really, I suppose.
Drew doesn't have the highest wits and dex, so maybe Kalmir gets it first.
Are we rolling just straight speed or
just
No, I just don't mind.
decide.
I think we're set. I'll pick it up. There, I decided.
Okay.
And
So as Kalmir starts to run, as he picks it up, the being from down the road is just... He finishes his long sigh and is just, honestly, I don't know what you're so afraid of. There's no need to keep running from me. From yourself.
Kalmir will... How far is he?
About a block away.
About a block away. So I assume he's yelling.
Yeah, he's not being quiet at all.
Vitus is gonna kind of lean his head out, look directly at this thing, and goes, "Oh, so you're talking to yourself now too? Lovely. I already knew you were insane."
So, do we all want to run?
Are you running, Kalmir?
I have a way to get away without running.
Okay, well, so Drew and Kalmir both go for the heart. Kalmir gets it, and then Drew is like, "Go!"
Okay, I'll run. Because that's simplest for now. And he just goes pretty much opposite direction. Would it be, I guess, toward the Shadow Man?
Yeah, admittedly.
And Drew is going with him, like escorting.
Yes.
I kind of look over to Stahl and I kind of go, "Well, looks like it's up to us to hold the line yet again."
I want to get this call myself, though.
Be more like, but
That would be the good time for the call, I reckon.
You get a call from Tullus.
I hope this isn't a bad moment.
There's a lot of werewolves coming.
Like,
How are you guys doing? What's the situation? Where are you?
Gotta have this conversation with himself. We gotta let this happen.
No, I forgot. Use your DMing skills. Talk to yourself. No. Yeah, Tullus calls you. Informs you of the wolf situation. I guess, do you answer? That's the first question.
You know what? I feel like this situation is stressful enough that I would let this go to voicemail.
I can wait.
Because realistically, for all I know, Kalamir's running away with this guy's heart. At least that's kind of what's going through my head. So I'm just like, no, we need to keep his heart away from this guy.
I mean, if what we have understood to be true is correct, we are looking at Vamp Daddy himself and something that he values dearly, and this needs to be dealt with.
Yeah, so no, this phone call's going to voicemail.
Okay. Call goes to
Sorry.
voicemail.
But yeah, me, at least Vitus and hopefully Stahl's going to kind of shoulder to shoulder block the alleyway for a little bit here.
I'll stay. You know, someone's got to be the muscle here. You know.
For strength, I just take a -2 on absolutely everything right now.
So, actually, give me a perception as well.
Ooh, both of us.
Everybody?
Everyone, I guess, you're all close enough.
Okay.
You might be able to hear that, yeah. You know,
I don't.
wolf. Oh.
I don't.
Oh, not the wolves, don't worry.
Hey,
Oh.
3. Hey, 1.
So everyone except Vitus.
Normal.
There's a bit of shimmering in the streets and coming out of the windows. It's quiet, but as things drop out of the windows, you hear very muffled, almost feet hitting the dirt.
Ooh. Shimmering. Is that space? Or is that
Shimmering in the sense that the light kind of catches it, but you're not seeing a whole lot other than light bouncing off of something that is clearly there, but is very clearly designed to not to have light bounce off of it.
Oh. Interesting. Wonder if Kalmir can make the connection while running.
So, Vitus is going to continue.
Yeah.
Well, you seem to be in an awful big hurry. Speaking directly towards the man that's now walking straight at him yet again.
I noticed the invisible guy too, right?
Yes. God, there are many of them now in this street.
I kind of like whisper over to Vitus. We've got company.
With him
Surrounded.
With him pointing it out, do I see it?
Sure.
No outward expression, because quite frankly, Vitus doesn't know what to make of it at this moment. So, you know, he keeps his eyes... He is aware of them, and he is watching them from the corner of his eye, but obviously, you know, the guy strolling directly towards them is kind of still his main focus.
But yes, in a bit of a hurry, I suppose is the word. Time's running a bit short. I'd rather not get my hands too dirty while I'm here. And these things are starting to be a real pain. As he swings into the open air and catches one of these shimmering things moving towards him.
With that...
Hitting it, there's cracking and metal screeching as a very similar creature to the thing that attacked you when you first came out of this portal gets kind of punched into the dirt.
That's what I thought it was.
And then I kind of shoot Stahl a look, and kind of like, huh. With the look on my face being kind of like, doesn't look like we have to worry as much.
I could do better.
Well, you killed it in 2. He killed it in 1.
You just challenged Stahl. Look at his face. He's just like, he's like, I'm gonna hit this guy as hard as I can, full effort.
Just wait. I need that ferrum, and then I'll you'll see then.
Iron. Boy.
However, it looks like you're gonna have to go through, well, what appears to be several of these things, and a couple of us. You've already proven you can go through me. You've done it once. I don't suppose that you'll mind doing it again, but, you know, it'll still take you a couple extra seconds to get wherever you need to go. And you know what? Just irritating you right now, it's gonna be the highlight of my day.
Well, I'm happy you're enjoying yourself. Do want to enjoy your last day on this earth, huh?
Do enjoy your final moments.
If you could even call this earth.
Honestly, I wouldn't call it Earth. It's a crap sack. But, you know, I'm here. You're irritated. Good day.
What are the Strix and the Shadow Man doing?
Running.
Oh, okay.
The shadow is kind of fizzled out.
Ah.
The Strix have taken flight and are no longer wanting to be here.
Vitus is going to give a quick glance over his shoulder. How much distance have they made?
How fast are they?
I'm speed 10. I don't remember what that means.
And yards.
Yards
3
per
seconds.
turn, so 3 seconds.
Yeah.
10 yards in 3 seconds.
So that's like what, 4 yards ish.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
speaking for a little bit, they made some distance. I don't know if they're just running a straight line or trying to turn corners or...
Drew?
Drues trying to protect Kalmir. So like this is kind of a nuclear football moment then where Kalmir goes, Drew goes, and if something gets in Kalmir's way, Drew is gonna try to handle it.
Yeah, eventually Kalmir will turn a corner, and then you won't see him anymore.
Okay.
A torment roll, and then I'll be able to take him on.
With
Come on,
that,
do it.
as soon as Kalmir and Drew kind of duck a corner, I'm gonna kind of nod to Stahl to ease back a little bit, because obviously, as long as they're moving faster than he is, that's fine. So there's no reason to get ourselves hurt if he's moving this slowly.
So what? The heart is what you're after?
I see no reason to answer to you. Now,
I mean, he'll sock you in the face again if you don't.
my way as he. Actually,
Uh-oh.
this is a good time for another perception roll, isn't it? Perception rolls are fun.
I need to raise my wits and composure, apparently.
I'm
Make it a lot
not even
easier.
needed this session.
Give me-
I'm kidding.
Wow.
Woohoo.
I'm always amazed because I have that -2.
Look, all you need to do is get hit hard enough to either die, right, or have survived a hit that no human ever would.
I'm past that point.
He's like humanity 5 or something. But yeah, so aircraft. You hear a helicopter. We're going to temporarily jump back to Cherry.
Yeah.
The call went to voicemail.
How is Tullus reacting to this?
Probably relieved that he doesn't have to speak to his dad.
Yeah, he's just relaying the information and kind of just hangs up his phone. It was somewhat he kind of expected, honestly.
I do not have a plan in this situation. And
Tullus kind of sighs and he goes, well, I know what my orders are from my father. However, I also have hope of one day getting the hell out of here. And those two very things conflict with each other somewhat. Because I like living. I also, oddly enough, like my family. If my father were to meet his end well before it's time, the rest of my family would not take very kindly to that. And let's just say they know ways of making death the least of your concerns.
if you wish.
So I have a conundrum here. Tullus kind of moves into the back of the RV and actually begins to take more of the rounds than he would normally. You know, he's just kind of making sure he has everything he needs before turning to Tanya and saying, you keep on the current task, I'm heading back in.
Feel free. Yeah. She looks over to Titania. If you also wish to help your father, you may do so. Oh, I understand.
No, one of us at least needs to stay on duty. And besides, I'm definitely the most combat-oriented of the two of us. You are in relative safety here. I've also seen the way Rose carries herself. I'm sure she knows her way around a weapon. So, I'm okay with this scenario. I'll face whatever wrath my father gives me for abandoning his current orders, but sometimes things just need to be done this way. We're trained to follow orders, but we're also trained to think when orders may be wrong. Any kind of
The situation has changed drastically.
And at this point, he just, with the resupply of ammunition, he probably took he took his normal shotgun, maybe a rifle if Gandhi says he could sling it.
I mean, probably, yeah.
And then his standard sidearm and books at full speed.
Yeah, armed to the teeth, full sprint up the hill.
Yep.
Cherry, I think she's caught in her own head. Something's going. What time does it seem to be in the day?
Isn't it night?
Yeah, rolling around tonight. I mean, it
Isn't it
Isn't it
permanent?
always night?
sun's not out. It's night, but time-wise, it is rolling around tonight.
Okay.
It is getting. She checks the clock. Clock seems to be getting late. I do not know precisely what to do. It would not be smart to merely escape without them. So I suppose all we can do is wait, and hopefully they will not be dead. Any more dead than I suppose they already are.
People are resourceful.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I mean, Rose is physically fine. Would pretty much Network Zero, she'd hunt her.
Yeah.
Also, still probably pretty good at, keeping a straight face even in stressful situations. But
Yep.
things are things are a little more intense than anything back home, I suppose.
Yes. Can I I'm gonna request this is good. I'm gonna request can you have Rose roll Rose roll for seeing how Cherry's feeling.
You want to fail this roll?
Look, to be fair, this is a much harder roll for me to fail than normal.
Well,
It failed.
but then Rose failed it.
However, you do have one small saving grace. What's that roll? Wits, empathy?
Kill it.
Yeah.
Can't Titania. She's a social character.
Yeah,
Does she have empathy?
She has 2 dots in empathy and 4 in wits.
so same roll.
Yeah. I mean,
Still.
Danger sense, no. Family ties, definitely not. Let's here. I'm just making sure of everything. Yeah. Okay.
Here's.
Nope.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Almost an exceptional success for you.
That was just a normal roll, Cherry. Upping my manipulation is making this much harder to handle, but you know, this is just the way it is. Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
You know, this is what happens.
Deviant, yeah.
This is I chose this life. This isn't your fault.
is this still stoic, or did you fix that already?
That resets sort of every chapter.
Ah. Yeah, I don't know how it works. Seems
I
fine.
chose this life.
Yeah,
It's fine.
I feel bad leaving you here, but
No, this is just what happens. I don't have many other plans. I can't think of anything that's specific I could do right
you
now.
made the smartest choice of leaving the vicinity. For
Yeah, but
safety, but so jump into the other
hold on.
2 and 2, I suppose, because we've split up. So, Rook and Pooter, you would hear your characters would hear a chopper spooling up as well. Kalmir has no idea what that is.
It's a strange sound in a city full of strange sounds.
Stahl, not Stahl. Drew might know what it is. Probably, maybe, I don't know. I'll leave it up to character choice.
Relative direction of the sound.
Back.
Okay.
Relatively the direction you're heading, admittedly.
Oh,
Back. I guess you wouldn't know it's back the way you came because you just teleported here.
Yeah.
So,
right. When you said back, I thought you meant behind us from the direction we were running.
No.
So,
sorry.
Yeah, correct that.
And it's not too long after hearing this that, the gun begins to fire.
from where? At what? Who?
Probably the chopper.
I know that sound.
Ooh.
Well, it's not exactly a gun you've heard.
That's true.
You ever heard an A10?
I have.
Yeah, the bird starts. Kalmir and Drew just hear that.
Yeah, I was gonna ask. Oh, great.
Why does Stahl hear it as well?
They see it.
The rounds are hitting your street.
In front or behind us, because we were backing up. Or at least Vitus was.
They're aiming at the Cain, essentially.
At the
the strange man.
The mysterious
Well.
figure.
Yes.
So,
I have him down as weird guy.
I would. I'm gonna.
Drew was gonna like stop Kalmir because we're running towards what's potentially a sound of danger, but if it's going over our heads, basically that means it's effectively covering fire. So we're heading in the right direction.
Stop or go. What are we doing now?
We're going.
Going. Okay. What was that sound? I've not heard the like before.
Makes sense.
Now, upon seeing this thing start to unload rounds into the figure standing in front of us, I am going to kind of shout over to Stahl, even though I'm standing right next to him, but, you know, gunfire be loud.
Yeah,
I would say a withdrawal is in order, unless you want to try to punch him through a hail of shells, which I would not recommend.
Drew could. You have your air punch thing.
Limited range.
Okay.
And with that, Vitus is actually going to turn and start making his way down the same path Kalmir and Pooter, or Kalmir and Drew went down.
Stahl just like stares at Cain, like as he just moves back before just dedicating himself to just like going Vitus's direction.
I mean, he's clearly quite annoyed by this. But a lot of the rounds don't make contact. I mean, they're shooting from quite a distance away. And
As we begin to book it down that alleyway, though, I'm just going to turn to Stahl and say, the stage just keeps getting better.
so, Drew and Kalmir,
Yes.
as you're running, Kalmir doesn't see it. Drew does. The ghost booking it down the street.
Towards us, or the same way, or crossways?
Admittedly down the street towards you.
A ghost or
He
the
turns a
ghost?
corner. A ghost.
Okay.
Yeah, the ghost. What would the ghost be?
The
Yeah,
one he
which
spoke
one?
to previously?
The werewolf?
I mean, he just spoke to a machine.
There's
with
many
one.
ghosts. But no, this is just a ghost. I
Okay.
haven't quite seen it before.
I was thinking maybe it was the one from the building that he hid in.
That's what I was.
This is a new ghost who is turning the corner and booking it down the road. Quite noticeably turning the corner and booking it down the road, not just running through a building.
Drew's gonna yell "wait" at Kalmir, but I suppose at both of them. But the ghost might not listen to him because the ghost might not know that he can see him. But like Drew's gonna be like yelling "wait" at Kalmir and then looking to the ghost and being like, "What's going?" Like he's actually gonna stop running for a second. Be like, "What are you running from? What's going on?"
So the ghost kind of doesn't acknowledge you initially, but after looking, directly at him, does sort of stop for only a moment before kind of like spinning around. It's just like, it's killing us. I'm not stopping. Good luck. I don't know how you see me, but okay, see ya. And he continues to book it.
And fair enough, Drew will keep on running, and if Kalmir did stop, he's going to tell Kalmir to keep going.
Which same way? Because
Yes.
I didn't hear that conversation, but
Right. Yeah, I mean, we're heading towards presumably people that want to kill the big bad, which means they probably don't want to kill us, ? Enemy of my enemy and all that. But Drew's definitely going to be like looking down the way that the ghost came from when it turned onto our street.
well, yeah, when it said, I know I'm metagaming here, but when it said it's killing us, and then I don't know how you can see me, it knows it's a ghost. Is it something that can kill ghosts?
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah, so as you turn the corner, and
Or are we turning?
well, okay,
You're
not as you
looking at
turn the
least.
corner, as you get to the corner where it turned from and turn your head,
Yeah.
there is another ghost-like figure, much larger than a person and much not quite as human-shaped, sort of. Still two-legged, but much taller. You're looking at roughly 10 feet tall. Dressed in quite a heavy, almost cowl that covers most of its body. Dark black cowl. Its chest is not entirely covered by this, and where you expect a rib cage to be is a mouth. Ribs are jutting out, taking the place of large sharpened teeth. And it's making its way down the road. Quite quickly, since it is a ghost, and their ghosts are quick.
I don't see it.
Kalmir doesn't see it.
Oh,
Drew is concerned.
And that's where we're going to end it for tonight.
damn it.
Fucking weird.
Ooh. You just had to leave it on a cliffhanger just for me, didn't you?
Just for you.
Yes.